Today in Draw My Life, the best death of happy tree friends. Who said that blood and cuteness couldn't get along? Well, I didn't think it was possible, but man was I very wrong. Today's video is the best example. That's right, because today we bring you the best deaths of one of your favorite shows, Happy Tree Friends. Let's start tearing apart our beloved animals, and if you don't want us to come to your house with a chainsaw, subscribe. Let's start with something light, with the episode Snip Snip Hooray! We see Pop grab the scissors as he starts cutting Cub's hair. Uh-oh! Pop accidentally cuts Cub's ear, who begins to cry. But blood gushes out and Pop panics. Then we see Pop looking for the razor, but he can't find it anywhere. Suddenly, he hears a buzzing sound and oh no! Cub had the razor and ripped his skin off. Worried, Pop grabs a comb and pushes Cub's peeled skin off. Then Cub accidentally places the razor in his mouth, and Pop turns on the razor without seeing that the little guy had it in his mouth. I don't need to tell you anything else, do I? Now with the episode Easy Come, Easy Go. On this occasion, Toothy is wearing a dry helmet that makes a hole in the awesome layer and gets vaporized by the sun. Naughty's head is also pierced by a sprinkler. I mean, the little guy just wanted some cotton candy, come on. Then Pop accidentally mows off Cub's ear. Handy is pierced by Flaky Spine when he drops a bottle of hair-growing formula on him. The final death of the episode comes when Cuddles drinks from the hair growth formula. This causes him to grow hair inside his body, making him vomit all his organs and subsequently suffocate. All because Disco Bear wanted his hair back. In Wishy Washy, we discover that Petunia suffers from a severe obsessive-compulsive disorder that leads her to innocently flush a little piece of toilet paper down the toilet. With such bad luck, the toilet gets clogged and starts to spray out the smelly green water. Luckily, Lumpy gets to Petunia's house to fix the toilet. With a plunger, he manages to fix it, but the dirty water starts splashing out like a volcano. Petunia gets nervous when she sees the water coming out from under the door. In her anxiety attack, she starts breathing into a glove but accidentally swallows it. Lumpy tries to get it out with the plunger, but it's useless. Finally, he reaches down her throat and pulls it out. She regains consciousness. Woof! Petunia freaks out at the sight of all the dirt. Meanwhile, Lumpy's in the basement fixing the pipes. But he doesn't quite get it right and dry his drill through Disco Bear's bathtubs and his eye. Lumpy makes a mess and ends up embedded against the water boiler, which breaks and pours boiling water on him. The tank then falls, crushes him, and burns him. Petunia goes down to the basement and discovers Lumpy's body floating in the water. After falling down the stairs and getting stained, she comes out of the basement to clean herself up, but obviously, no water comes out. She gets very nervous, so she grabs a wire sponge and scratches it all over her skin. That's it. Petunia has completely freaked out. Now she takes a potato peeler and starts peeling chunks of her skin to get the dirt off. We see the blood gushing out of her body. However, she's calm because she's finally clean. Unfortunately, it doesn't take long for her to die. Let's go with eye candy. In it, Toothy runs through the forest with a lollipop. Big mistake. So when he trips over a log, the lollipop goes straight into his eye. Toothy stretches it, causing the eye to pop out of his socket, and his optic nerve gets entangled in a tree branch. Toothy tries to pull it but is unsuccessful. Then he begins to climb the tree to reach the branch. However, a woodpecker flies ahead of him and starts to poke his eye. Twisting in pain, Toothy falls off the branch but doesn't touch the ground as his eye nerve stops him. He tries to climb the tree again but falls back down. There, Toothy's brain pops out of his socket, followed by his other eye. Next, Toothy finally falls to the ground, where a bird shit on his head. And last but not least, tongue-in-cheek, where good old Sniffles faces some ants. It all starts when an ant steals some fruit from Sniffles. Round 1. Sniffle tries to get into his anthill, but the little ant sews his hand to the ground and starts sticking a needle between his fingernails. Ouch! In his attempt to free himself from the holes, Sniffles rips the skin off his hand. Round 2. Sniffles builds a robotic ant. He connects the robot using a helmet that he puts in his head. The robot enters the anthill, causing carnage. The robot accidentally hooks up with a plug, electrocuting Sniffles. And here comes the master plan. One of the ants swaps the robot's helmet for Sniffles, so the ants overpower him and start torturing him. Do you agree with this top of the best deaths? Tell us in the comments which one is your favorite, and of course, like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one.